El 23 de abril de 2014, en ocasión del 450 aniversario del natalicio de William Shakespeare, una de las instituciones que se ha encargado de conservar y difundir su obra, Shakespeare's Globe, se embarcó en un ambicioso proyecto, la realización de una gira mundial de 2 años, con la puesta en escena de Hamlet.
We set out to visit every single country in the whole world in the 2-year period. We very nearly achieved it. Of course, in the end, there were 4 or 5 countries only that were impossible to get to, Syria and North Korea. But we played to all those audiences in some way. So when we couldn't go to Syria, we went to a refugee camp in Jordan, played to Syrian refugees. We had so many fantastic experiences on that tour. There's so many things to say. You know, we played in Kiev, in Ukraine. The night of the general election was the next day, and all the political leaders came to the show that night. Poroshenko, who became the president the next day, and Vladimir Klitschko. And we played in the jungle refugee camp in Calais. We played in the United Nations in New York. We had a fantastic experience in Mexico. We didn't play in Mexico City. We played in Mérida. Because we found this fantastic place outside the cathedral in Yucatan there, and played to 2,000 people outdoors.
Fueron más de 300.000 kilómetros recorridos para visitar 197 países, culminando en 2016, año del 400 aniversario luctuoso de William Shakespeare. 12 actores y 4 miembros del equipo técnico participaron en esta gira, encontrando desde niños armenios que fueron bautizados con nombres de personajes de Shakespeare, hasta un taxista lituano que estaba convencido que las obras del bardo sonaban mejor en lituano que en inglés.
We sometimes went to a country and thought, oh, will they really want us here? Why is this kind of relevant? But everybody seemed to be, really enthusiastic and to really enjoy the show. I remember a day in Cameroon. We drove right across Cameroon from the capital to the border with the Central African Republic. We played to some refugees from the Central African Republic in a village that had never had a play on, ever, they said. And they were so enthusiastic, and they wanted to not just sit and watch the play, but kind of join in the action and run across the stage. So it was fantastic to see the kind of enthusiasm for a dramatic performance of any kind is, inherent in humans. And I think to think of Shakespeare now as something to do with British heritage, it doesn't really work anymore. I think Shakespeare's stopped being British and become a kind of international writer for the world. I don't say that just for a kind of soundbite or to be glib. I think that, you genuinely have whole dramatic traditions that have grown out of Shakespeare in a certain country, have grown out of Shakespeare's plays being translated, and the dramatic tradition has gone off in a certain different way.